we all create stories to understand the world, right? And we were talking on the panel that we test those stories out with people we love, with our family, with our community, maybe with the scientific peer group. And ultimately, these stories are trying to map the world. We spoke earlier about this idea of language trying to map what we genuinely feel, right? Whether it's music or English or dance or Chinese. All of these are trying to express something, right, that is beyond the map which we put in. Everyone's heard of that concept, the map is not the territory, right? It is the best possible representation of the territory, but it's never the territory. All maps are wrong. No map is perfect. But what we're trying to do, and I feel what you're saying is, but we can sense when a map is working, when a map feels right, that energy, that love magic that's coming out, that seems to be consistent. You look at all, the wisdom traditions, the faiths, they all come to these similar concepts around, love your neighbour, around do not kill, do not steal. These ideas are not unique to one particular group, right? These are things that seem to map the human interactions in a reasonably good way. So maybe, and just to leave us with Francis's suggestion there, so our map is not the territory, but we try to create the best maps we can. That is what sense-making is all about. We've been doing it for as long as humans have been alive. All the stories, all the legends, all the science, they're again just trying to say, is this going to drop every time I let it go? And it seems to map really well. Newton mapped that, and then Einstein came along and said, I've got a better map. Your equations are really good, but there's a better map that maps it even more accurately. But we all acknowledge that our maps are not perfect. And maybe that allows us, whether it's a different faith, whether it's a different ideology, whether it's a different political party, to sit on the same stage and share our stories with some form of humility, to be able to hear the other person say, that's so interesting that you see it that way, right? Can I not agree with you, but can I understand your map? And then maybe we can start working on the next part, which is solving the problems that we share together. So thank you for sharing your maps of the world.